the end of a long, hard season. There's a few more games to come after that.
Yeah, very much so. It's all exciting, isn't it? And obviously, from a Scarlets perspective, playing a good Glasgow side here on Friday night, they're obviously excited by the fact they're playing for a home draw in the Magnus semi-finals. But from our perspective, we had a good win against Connacht, and everybody's looking forward to this last game. Hopefully the weather being as it is, we can throw the ball around and play an open game.
I suppose it is important to send the fans home.
Yeah, very much so, isn't it?
Season with a smile on their face.
Yeah, and for the fans, for ourselves, it's continuity. It's all about making sure that we start next season well, and we want to finish this season on a positive, and it's exactly that. Hopefully win the game, but play a good brand of rugby where our fans and ourselves will be happy.
If you look back at the season, I think what if you, in terms of some of the wins?
It's been a learning curve, isn't it, this season? Yeah, of course it's frustrating having lost games narrowly, but that's been the nature of the season, I'm afraid. But got to look to the positives. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to hide. There's a lot of good things in our game, and the fact of the age of the squad and how many guys have come through and how many youngsters have had opportunity. We will be a better side next year, but there's still a lot of aspects of our game where we need to improve, and consistency is one of them. And we can't perform well one week and then take our foot off the accelerator and not perform the next week. And the good teams perform well week in, week out, and that's what we want to achieve. Yeah.
Do you get a couple of weeks off now, Steve, after this, just a week off?
Well, I think Wales are going to meet up on the 24th of May. Yeah. So I know the fitness department are liaising with us now. Yeah. And they'll wait and see probably after this weekend they'll be in touch with us. They're quite obviously smart. They'll use this time to recharge our batteries, but they'll obviously want us to take over and come into camp in good condition. Yeah. So, but they'll use it this time wisely, to get over any bumps and bruises, and to make sure that we're fresh for the tour and the South Africa game.
12 months, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been.
It
has been a tough season. It's physical, isn't it? And it's interesting. How many guys have had operations and broken down during the course of the season. I think somebody said a stat about after every Lions tour, the French have won Six Nations. That's true. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But no, I this season, sort of. I spent pretty much half the time really, because he came into the season late because of the Lions, then spent a month with Wales, and then 2 months. So it's sort of been nearly 50 split this year. We obviously next season will be different because you'll be with your region at the start of the season.
Do you want to go to New Zealand?
Yeah. I would personally. Yeah. I'd like to go. It's a great country to tour, and it's. Obviously, people will tell you this, but it's a test, isn't it? To see exactly where you're at, and if we want to be the best, and if we want to be considered as genuine World Cup contenders, then we have to be successful in places like New Zealand. So it's going to be good.
It's been a while since you were big, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. 2002 is it? We went there last.
Yeah, 3 and then 05 with the Lions.
Oh, of course, yeah. 05 with the Lions. Sorry, and Wales we toured 03. You're right. Yeah. So it'll be good, and we'll play, the games in Hamilton, I think, and Dunedin. So I just hope, obviously the Blues and the Ospreys now might be having extra games and what have you, and we just hope everybody has a clean bit of health going out there. That we can pick from every player really.
Mention the Blues there. You'll be cheering them on the 23rd.
Yeah. How good they're playing as well, in fairness to them. They play some cracking rugby, and of course we'll be supporting them for that game in Marseille.
You played Marseille?
And they're playing Olympic Marseille in the Velodrome, never. I've been to watch a game of rugby there. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's a really good place to play and watch. Pardon? It'd be interesting to see where Toulon are with the domestic campaign at that stage. I know they've automatically qualified for the semis, haven't they? And if they have to put a priority on things. But of course, the Blues play some great stuff. So, and the climate be nice for open rugby, so it'll suit Cardiff.
You've been involved in Magnus League seasons, Steve, where this has faded out.
Yeah.
4 or 5 games to go.
Yeah.
Is this playoff just added something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, from our perspective, we've had the battle for European qualification. So I think your supporters have noticed that there's been good competitive games all the way through, isn't there? And I think it's added a bit of spice to our league. Yeah. That's my personal opinion.
It's always used to be your season judged how we performed in Europe, whereas now it seems flipped and your season's judged how we performing in the league as well. Yeah,
exactly, and it's good, isn't it?
And do you think you could do the Ospreys a favour by beating Glasgow?
From our perspective, we're obviously motivated, for the game. We're looking forward to it. We respect Glasgow, and rightly so. Look at the back row. They got, Dan Parks had a brilliant season, so we know we've got to be smart to win. But we'll give it our best shot, and of course, if we are successful, then Ospreys good chance of a home draw there.
Yeah. Have you taken satisfaction, Steve, from the development of Rhys Priestland this season and how he's come forward?
Rhys is a really good player, isn't he? And he's an intelligent guy. He understands the game. Works hard. I think Rhys has probably played the most amount of game time for the Scarlets. It was between, I know him and Sean Lamont were the most prior to the Six Nations, but obviously Rhys pretty much been a permanent fixture for us, and he's been good.
Because obviously at the start of the season, he had his problems with his kicking and things like that, and it's tough for a young player.
Yeah, it is, because it's that you ask any kicker, they've gone through that process. It's not a pleasant process, but it's something you go through. There's not really, you can't say one kid who's come on the block who is, it's a learning curve, and fair dues to Rhys, he's worked hard at it, but not just his goal kicking, his general game. He can kick a ball very, very well and kicks it easily as well.
Just in terms of then, what are you looking for from Friday night?
Good performance from us.
Yeah.
Good performance. I want us to play an open game, especially the weather. Hopefully, we'll support that, and from our perspective, go out and enjoy yourselves, and finish the season on a high. That's what I'd like to see us do, and hopefully give a little bit of reward to our supporters. Hopefully they can enjoy a good game of rugby.